We talked already about how much the land has changed in the community since the establishment. So, what are some of the steps being taken to preserve the culture and community? And like, what has y'all's experience been with habitat restoration, with volunteers, organizations, and funders who are supporting it?
Okay. Well, our culture is preserved. When we had stopped for a while because of COVID. Thank you, Mark. And we couldn't get together, but we talked to each other on the phone. And now that everything is basically back to normal, we have our tribal meetings, and then we do come to church now. We go to church, and we have gatherings there, and we try to protect our community or our way of life as best we could. And also preserving our way of life, we would have culture camp. We would get the younger ones involved, and we would, do beading, and Rosina would tell the stories of our ancestors and how long ago we've lived here, just to pass this on to the next generation. Because I know when I was growing up, we spoke French.
Okay.
And when the Americans came in, the American teachers came in to teach everyone, they forbid us from speaking the French because they thought we might have been plotting behind their backs to kill them or something. So our younger ones don't know the language unless, we're there instructing them or tutoring them of, how we grew up. Because my grandmother couldn't speak maybe 20 words of English. It was all French. So you had to know what she was saying. But when that happened, we lost it. We lost that language. But we're trying to get that culture back.
And also, and this was also something that I had got Rosina involved in, and she said they're working with environmental groups to implement projects that we hope to gain popularity and that will be replicated on a large scale statewide, and are speaking with others that share the same vision for our future, teaching, educating, and whatnot. So to name, specifically name those projects, I know one was with was it Ducks Unlimited, about building the
terraces?
Yes, terraces. Yes, and I think that would be a plus, to have some kind of break, from the current and stuff like that, from washing away the lands. And common ground with the planting of the grass, and CRCL with putting the oyster sacks and the mangrove. And I was actually a part of that down in Burris on Lemon Tree Mound. And that was pretty awesome. And actually, I think we're going to be doing it not too far from Sokola Canal. Mm-hmm. That's where they're going to be putting it. So definitely look forward to that. And I hope to have, a lot of our, own people physically get involved, in planting for the land and stuff. So.
But to all the sponsors that's helping Grand Bayou, I don't think we can do without the volunteers and everybody. We sure appreciate it. But it makes me feel like somebody cares. That's what he does.
More.
That's what he does. Make me feel like somebody finally cares. Because without them, Grand Bayou ain't gonna be no more Grand Bayou. My grandpa had peach trees, fig trees, mulberry trees. I tell you what, and we enjoyed ourselves.
And when you see a tree left, it's like, oh, look at a tree. Wow. Because
Kids being over here.
the land's not there no more. You can't farm, you can't plant, so you can't really live off the land as far as like growing things because you don't have the land to do it.
We wasn't rich, but we had everything we needed.
We
We
was-
always was loved by our parents.
Not rich when it came to money, but we were rich in
Rich in
things
heart.
that
We
money
always had
can't
love
buy.
for everybody. That was the main thing. As a family, as a community, everybody took care of everybody in this bayou. We need a change. We need something done. That's the main thing. Trying to save our village.
Right, that way.
That's the main thing.
Our,
That way we can, our grandkids,
can
our
have an
children
inheritance.
can come back and
Yes.
say, this is where my daddy used to live, even if we gone. This is our village. If they really want to help Grand Bayou, they can start now by starting from the woods, pumping sand back to the house, all the way to the front. Because you got the woods, you're filling the ravine and pump sand all the way back to the houses. That would help Grand Bayou from flooding like this flood. Because you have high land.
They were pumping sand to restore the coast. You know where they're pumping at? About 15 miles offshore. That's where the sand was coming out the water. 15 miles offshore. Now how can they pump to the coastal, do the coastal when it's 15 miles offshore, pumping sand?
Yeah.
But not one day, for months. They pump sand offshore.
Yeah.
They're pumping it offshore where they don't need it.
And they won't pump sand here to build up, the bayou and put it back the way it was. But Great Lakes came and they pumped sand from the river and built an island out there. And for what? Just to be building.
What a
Because
bird.
they had the money, they had to just get rid of it some kind of way, so they just built
bird
an
you
island.
can't eat.
And every day it's washing away, but they built it. They put a lot of money into it. For what? There's no houses, there's nothing out there.
And the
just
thing
in the middle of
is,
the Gulf.
when it comes to education, that's where we lack the know-how. Who do we get to make it right? You
Yeah.
know, who do you like, or even like who do we talk to? Whether it be lawyers, reporters. I mean, who do we go to and talk to help us to get us to go after these. Whoever we need to go after to make it right, to put back what they took away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
The reason why they don't do what would benefit us is because they say it every hurricane season. They want this to be just for fishing, for outsiders. That's exactly what
They
want.
they want us to sell
They
our
want a
properties.
sportsman's paradise. They don't want locals.
I see.
Yeah.
That's
See,
exactly.
Because there's more money in it.
Yeah.
Exactly,
All
exactly.
about
We're,
the money.
we're it's significant, and we're hindering their progress.
Oh, wow.
So if everyone would sell out, they could make this, build up the shoreline, nicer houses, a gated community.
You know what don't make sense to me? They could put a man on the moon and can't figure out how to save a piece of land.
Yeah.
They told people, the storms have destroyed this. Y'all should be living there. Y'all need to move away from, closer to where they were by the water. So they offered them a certain amount of money and moved them more inland. Mm-hmm. And you know what they did? They built they put a hotel. They bulkheaded the whole area, and they built it up. And they even have a gate where the locals can't even go in.
And we don't want that. Because this is our land. This is our land by right, by blood. We
By
were here
heritage.
we were here first. We've always been here, and already because of lack of knowledge, we don't even have half the land we have now. Some of it is for LL&E or whoever, because
The
of lack
government
of
took it,
knowledge.
yes.
Saying to our ancestors who wasn't highly educated or couldn't read or didn't have a lawyer to read for them to say, look, if you give us this land, it'll benefit you. Da 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 da, and they signed it over, and that's why we don't have half the land, and the other half is going towards just being washed away.
Where Sokola, where we went and planted the grass, there used to be a rice field. My dad and them used to talk about the rice field they had, and it's all gone because through the years.
there before.
We care for, to sit back and just see our land diminishing right before our eyes daily, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. So just for folks who care about Grand Bayou Indian Village and the community, what would you like tell them as far as like how to support Grand Bayou Indian Village?
Well, come out here. I mean, if you can, come out here and spend a weekend. We'll open up your, our home to you, and even if you want to come with your family, come and look. The only way to really get a true experience is like firsthand. You come out, come meet us, come talk with us, come see, come on the boat rides with us, come see what we do for fun. Come
see where we used to have land.
Come see how we work with our hands. Come see how, we come together, just to fellowship and, to spend time with each other.
Or the obstacles that we face.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in working with us, with CRCL, or any other organizations, is there anything like that you learned working with other organizations, and is there anything that you would change about how we work together going forward?
I don't know about changing everything, but as far as working with y'all, it's a blessing. It is a blessing.
It is a blessing.
Because it's showing us that somebody cares about us. It might be a handful, or it might be, but that's a care. It shows that people care. Y'all care.
It's a shame that
That you gotta
people
come
from
to that.
afar have to come out here to help us, to build up our land and things like that, when there's people that lives right here and don't. And then you say, oh yes, we're going to help you, we're going to come help you, and then you know what? They're just sometimes just a stab in the back. They don't come out here at all. Like this person came out here, oh yeah, well I'm going to be back because we're having another meeting. I'm going to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow came, oh well, I have something else to do I forgot about. And never came to see what we needed or come to help.
They do that all the time.
And that's government.